everyone, and welcome to a new ATFX video. My name is Gonzalo Canete, and I'm here one more time to give you a fresh update about what is the last trend on financial markets. In this occasion, particularly on Forex market. First of all, if you are not subscribed to the channel, let me remind you to click on the subscription button. Also to click on the bell to receive notifications anytime we upload new content, new updates related with financial market. And if you already subscribed, then you know what you are about to see, and enjoy. Okay, let me set the screen as usual to give you a quick view of the market situation. I would like to go point by point to different topics. First of all is the expectation we have on the Bank of Canada interest rate decisions this week. Secondly, what's the situation at the moment related with that interest rates? What's the situation of the Canadian dollar at the moment? Is it strong? Is it weak? We are going to analyze that on the charts in a minute. And also, most importantly, what is the main assets that are related with the Canadian dollar apart of the obvious monetary policy? So in one hand, we got the interest rate decision by the Bank of Canada. In the other hand, we got also important assets like the oil, influencing the value of the Canadian dollar. And in the third hand, I will say, is the main world currency against this, which is the dollar index, the American dollar, the US dollar. So that's why these three different assets are giving us a quick, clear view of what could be the expectation and the evolution of the pair. Now, saying that, let's start with the interest rate decision from Central Bank of Canada. We can see that they, since May 2024, since spring 2024, they have been cutting the interest rates by 25 basic points, even 50 basic points. And at this moment, we are in 3% interest rates since 28th of February 2025. Therefore, this month, we could expect, the market is expecting maybe a potential 25 basic points cut, which means that it will make the Canadian dollar even weaker. If you consider now the evolution of the USD against the Canadian dollar, we're going to take a look on that in a minute. You will see that the expectation is not the Canadian dollar based on the monetary policy and the Bank of Canada decision. We are not expecting a massive increase on the value of the Canadian dollar. Now, the second factor I mentioned at the beginning of the video, it was the oil price. And if we take a look on the oil price, either West Texas Index, either Brent oil, we can see both of them are in the edge of a new bear trend. As you can see, $68.65 in this case in the West Texas seems to be a kind of pivot point to decide if the oil market is going to be bearish the coming periods or not. There are many factors involved on this. One is the global demand, mainly led by US and China. China is the main consumer of oil, and if we see that in China the things are not going well, we have seen on Sunday the last data from China showing us a decrease on the size of the trade balance from China, decrease of importations as well. It could give a signal of potential slowdown in the Chinese economy and therefore less demand of oil. In the other hand, we also have the announcement done by Donald Trump early this year saying that the production of oil will rise in the coming months massively. He also announced an agreement with Saudi Arabia to produce more oil globally, and he's also reactivating the main industry in the United States. Therefore, more supply of oil in global market and less demand of oil by China in global market means lower equilibrium prices on the market. And therefore, if the oil price is falling, the Canadian dollar, strongly linked to the oil, cannot keep rising. That's one of the main reasons I was sharing this asset with you. So we have a bearish oil with the Canadian dollar getting weaker. We also have, from a monetary perspective, Bank of Canada, central bank, decreasing the interest rates and therefore making the Canadian dollar less attractive and therefore weaker in relation with other currencies. Globally speaking, we have three occasions historically when we have seen the Canadian dollar close to these levels. One of them was in 2016, 2020, and last time 2025, a month ago, when we were close to 1.47. In all of these three occasions, we have seen this. So potentially we got a triple top on the pair dollar, Canadian dollar, and therefore we can expect new movements in this direction. And a crucial movement, especially for short positions who are looking for get back to 140 or even below 140, 138 USD Canadian dollar. Why we are not there? Because, as I say, the third factor, a part of the oil, a part of the monetary policies, is the dollar index. And the dollar index is showing us a super weak dollar falling almost 4% in this month, in March, and therefore making Canadian dollar keep floating up there. Otherwise, the price will be dropping. Dollar CAD should be dropping if the dollar is recovered the main levels or just getting back to the 106, 108 points. We will see the Canadian dollar dropping, especially if the oil is weak. The oil prices are weak. Now, finally, with the pair, just going straightly to the US dollar Canadian dollar. You can see in this chart clearly how the projection has been complete. I mean, we can see how it was moving from this bottom on 132 to 138 more or less, and from 138 to 146, 47 almost. Right now, we are in a pivot area which 144, 140 could be 144, 140, 50 could be the support of for these levels. So far, the pair Canadian dollar need to decide if it's going to push back again to 147 or start to channelize and go back to the supports in the area of 140, 138. That's the expectation. If the Canadian Central Bank of Canada is cutting the interest rates, we probably will see that the movements here are moving farther to 147. My point or my view, and remember, this is not advice of any kind, is potentially we will see the dollar recover part of the value after this drop on March. Dollar gonna get back to certain strong positions, and therefore the Canadian dollar gonna move again retracement then. So I will say we probably will see a bullish USD Canadian dollar in the coming days. That's all for me for today. And again, good luck and follow us if you want to keep update yourself. Take care. Bye-bye.